was partly the writing.
Yeah, she just wasn't in that movie as much as Iron Man was. Black Widow wasn't in as much as Iron Man, but it's just like the two characters.
Exactly. She had that one scene with Loki, but that was about it.
And the scene with Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, at the beginning, right? Which wasn't bad.
Yeah,
actually better than her scene with Loki, because I think. I feel like she's an actress who relies a lot on emotionality. She's better when there's more emotionality from the character, and Loki is a character who can't be that emotional in the traditional sense.
Yeah, I mean he does get emotional, but he not in that. He shouldn't have been in that scene.
Precisely. Whereas you see her, she's stellar in The Prestige because of course she's acting there with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, who are both really traditional emotional guys. But or actors at least. So back to Star Trek. But we both like Into Darkness. Like that's the conclusion, right?
So we're gonna say right now, for the record, go see this movie. It is a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
You will not be disappointed by this movie, except if you're a Trekkie fan, because it is not a traditional Trek movie.
Yeah.
But good music. They use most of the same score from the first J.J. Abrams movie, which was a very good score. I have it on my iPod. Very good. The acting turn-in, I thought, by all of the actors except for Peter Welker or Peter Willer, sorry, was fantastic. Even better than in the first movie. Mm-hmm. I thought that the writing just wasn't as tight as it could have been.
A friend of mine told me something before I went to see the movie, so I sort of had this in mind.
Yeah, I agree. Do I know this friend?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I sort of agree now that I've seen it. It was something to the effect of that, and I think it's really true. Zachary Quinto is more Vulcan than Leonard Nimoy is, and I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. But I got more of his Vulcan awkwardness in this movie than I would traditionally see.
It's kind of like if, Zachary Quinto acted. It's almost like to prepare for this role, he just watched. The Big Bang Theory and copied Sheldon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a scene where Kirk and Uhura and Spock are all kind of just talking on a deck, and Kirk, after they're done talking, Kirk goes off in one direction, Uhura goes off in one direction, Spock's just kind of left standing there, and he turns, but he does the Sheldon turn. There's no, I can't explain it over the air. You'd have to see me do it, or just but if you've ever watched Big Bang Theory, you know exactly what I'm talking about when he has that kind of he's very, very stiff and he moves with his whole body, that kind of thing. And there's just little scenes like that where he talks, but I think Leonard Nimoy is has more human in his Vulcan, and Zachary Quinto is more Vulcan in his human.
I'm not sure. I think
because Spock is,
and I think they're appropriate to their movies. I think Chris Pine is in his time now better than William Shatner was at the time.
Yeah,
he's a more human Kirk, if such a thing can be said. And so I like maybe they've kept the same average.
Yeah, but to be fair, Kirk, the original Kirk, he was. I mean, William Shatner was a Shakespearean actor, and he went to that role like a Shakespeare, like it was a Shakespearean play.
Yeah,
very, very regal and kind of 60s dialogue where it was very, very stilted and robotic and not very, very natural.
Yeah, it's not that it's bad acting; it's that it's the wrong acting.
Yeah,
you picked the wrong style.
Yeah, then we got better as it went along,
and he's good. William Shatner is actually a good actor.
Oh yeah,
now.
He's fantastic. Watch what was it, Boston Legal?
Boston Legal.
Yeah, watch Boston
hilarious.
Legal. Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes.
Somehow.
He's awesome.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I saw him. As he got older and just got to be a better actor. And I think that's sort of the ultimate goal as an actor, to sort of improve your game, as opposed to the actors who just stay the same.
Yeah, I think a lot of the actors from Star Trek got better as they got older. Leonard Nimoy, as well, I've always thought Leonard Nimoy was fantastic, but he's been in a lot of movies where he was good. I especially love his voice work. He's done a lot of great voice work, especially for the Transformers series.
Did you ever hear him on the radio?
What do you mean,
he's done radio before.
Oh yeah, I think I have.
He hosts opera. Opera program.
Man, that guy's classy.
He is classy. That's the thing.
It's going to be a sad day when he dies.
Yeah,
I'll probably get very, very sad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's a great actor. Also did not it's not his fault. It's the Peter Weller situation where it's I didn't mind you. I just thought you didn't. I thought your character didn't need to be here.
Yeah, he made another cameo in this movie. If you're wondering what we're talking about.
And my saying, when I got out of the film, that was one of the first things I said when we were in the car on the way back to you and another friend of mine who was in the car, was that if you're gonna have him in the movie, have him in the movie.
Yeah.
Don't have him for a couple seconds. Have him in the movie. He was in the first movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he played Spock. He was a character.
Although I did feel like I actually didn't mind that because I felt like in the first movie they needed him in there just to say, okay, we still have the connection for the original series, but then where this is trying to do it's more of its own thing. I felt like we can still have him in there because who doesn't love to see Leonard Nimoy? He's awesome, but we could have had. Just a little cameo was fun. I actually liked how they used him in the cameo. Spock calls him up and they basically ask him, "What's the deal with Khan? Have you ever run into him before?" And Leonard Nimoy Spock, he says, "Throughout, I told you that I would never give you knowledge that would any of my knowledge that could help change your destiny. That is not my place here." And then so you see Zachary Quinto's Spock is kind of getting deflated, and then older Spock says, "That being said, Khan is one of the most dangerous adversaries I've ever faced." So I liked how they used him to kind of like how it was smart how they used them in that way.
Oh, and he did his scene well.
Yeah.
He did a good job of his scene. There's no doubt about that. Alice Eve as Carol Marcus.
I liked her.
For some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, or I don't know if you were, but I was not expecting Carol Marcus to be in the movie.
No, I wasn't either.
And so that was a delightful surprise.
Yeah.
I like Alice Eve. Wasn't crazier about her in this.
I'm glad she's become a main character now, because at the end of the movie, she kind of like joins up with the Enterprise crew, and she says, "Glad to be part of the family." So it's like, oh, cool. She's gonna, because they really do need another female officer on that ship.
I forgot to tell you this when you were doing the news.
Yeah?
I was on IMDb.
Yeah.
There's another Van Helsing movie coming out.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What's he fighting?
Look it up. I don't know. No idea. I think it's the J.J. Abrams guys, but not J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
I think I was just looking at their previous filmography and stuff to make sure I didn't mess anything up for today, and it was like Van Helsing filming or whatever, and I was like, how is that? What? You can probably find it probably on the IMDb under one of the guys. I don't know if it's Kurtzman or Lindelof.
In May 2012, Universal Pictures announced they are rebooting the film with Alexander Kurtzman and Roberto Orci,
I think.
Orci, as 2-year deals to produce a modern reimagining, and Tom.
It's not Tom Cruise. You're not about to say Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Cruise to star as the title character.
Why is it Tom Cruise?
I don't like Tom Cruise.
I think Tom Cruise has a place, and his place is in movies like Tropic Thunder doing that thing. Did you see Tropic Thunder?
Oh, he was fantastic in Tropic Thunder.
And that was good.
Yeah.
Because that's what Tom Cruise should be doing now. He should be being ridiculous.
In Jack Reacher, I never saw, I've seen enough from the trailers. He was just he's like, I'm Tom Cruise, and I'm just beating up people in this movie.
Well, the only thing, the biggest problem with Jack Reacher, and I saw it, and because I don't know if you know. Me and my buddy Greg, we go see movies, and our quota for seeing a movie is Tom Cruise on the front cover holding a gun?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're going to see it.
I can't stand
That's
Tom
the reason
Cruise.
we saw Jack Reacher, and that's the reason we saw Oblivion, because we were like, oh, it's Tom Cruise with a gun. He probably shoots somebody.
Now, I will say Oblivion was probably good, but I just found that Tom Cruise doesn't try.
Tom Cruise, I don't know.
You know what I mean? He's one of those actors like Samuel Jackson who just doesn't act anymore.
Right,
and,
yeah.
You cannot convince me that Samuel Jackson's acted in any movie.
Since,
the 90s.
Jackie Brown, since the late 90s.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to act because he's Samuel Jackson. We love that. Get these monkey. What was it?
That edited line. What is
so
that?
there's the scene where it's like, get these mother bleeping snakes off this mother bleeping plane. And I'm bleeping because I'm on air. But then they have a dubbed they have a TV version where he says, get these monkey freaking snakes off this Monday to Friday plane, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you know this, but so this relates to TV censorship very loosely to Star Trek, also known as not at all. So I was watching Netflix.
Yeah.
I was having my lunch today and watching Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was watching The Ultimate Fighter, and
of course you were.
And I never realized this, but Netflix, you know how on TV shows when they curse they beep it out. Because, it's television broadcast.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, at least, as long as it's not HBO Showtime or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't beep it out on Netflix. Like, they take out the beeps of shows that were aired with beeps.
Yep.
I had no idea.
No, I realized that.
That's weird.
Because they're I
didn't know they had access to those copies.
Because, there'll be scenes in, The Walking Dead. Very early on, they meet a really racist character, and he just starts, you effing N-word, 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 like he'll just like 18 like swear words in a row.
Yeah.
And then like it'll just be, I'm like, wow, that guy swears